Engaging Thrice's download.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Thrice with Thrice's Download coming at you. This is a special episode going as the first episode for Life is Life Training Radio Network, focusing on the branding of Life is Life Training as a non-profit company. We are just a mom and pop right now, and that's basically where we started off and just had some small amount of clients really just starting out in the last year here. But that's what this episode is going to be focused on, is Life is Life Training and what that means to me, Thrice, or Andrew James Saida, because I am actually the owner, co-owner, and operator of the company. And what we do at this moment is we provide kind of coaching services as well as massage therapy services. And the massage therapy side has done pretty well. The whole thing with that is because it's very easy for people to get into the physical aspects, but what we're doing with the coaching and the quantum side, it's a little more going far out there. So been a little nervous to push it, but we're going ahead and we're going to push this idea, and that's why I've been really hitting hard on doing the Thrice's downloads. We're trying to build a pool of information, already having some audio clips and stuff ready to go for this Life is Life Training Radio Network, which is a part of our rebranding going to the nonprofit, where we are going to actually be launching a crowdfunding page on our site, lifeislifetraining.com. So that's a full kind of real quick cap of what we're going to be talking about through this episode, in case you want to know if you should listen or not. So if you're interested in change and evolution and seeing about this new nonprofit that we want to get going, that's about bringing change and evolution to your doorstep, literally giving something that, one, you can either pay for if you've got the money to do it, or even just pay some, and then two, for the nonprofit side, being able to donate services that are going to help to heal our culture, and the entirety of our society. And I'm not saying that this is just going to be the only fix and it's going to be a fix-all for everything. I'm just saying this consciousness, this way of moving forward, there's already nonprofits out there who are doing things that are causing change. And I'll try to pull some up here while we're talking. But, I know there's different gardening projects that have been going on in different cities where people are starting to garden in the communities and give food to the homeless or give food to the families in need. There's been all sorts of projects in order to reuse like bottles and things, and then doing rooftop gardens as far as like restaurants are concerned. I know that's not a profit, but I'm just talking about moving forward. Let's see here. Pull some stuff. But with Life is Life Training, what we want to do is we do have some technology that I'm not able to talk about right now. We're going to be getting some patents and everything just because we want to protect the entity, because we really want these to serve as a purpose. Or we at least want to look into what it is that we can do non-patents and not have the risk of running into issues. And if any of you have any information on that, feel free to contact me. We're all about networking and about community and about just creating change in the world today. So, tell you a little bit about the different parts of Life is Life Training. Just to start out, what we started with is we have the massage therapy section, or the quantum massage section, which this service provides a certain kind of energetic massage that is kind of like Reiki healing mixed with a little bit of acupressure, where you're following certain areas that are key areas where you have the prime paths of the muscle tissue. But when you find a certain area that is affected as far as tension, and I don't do this, so I'm trying to describe it the best way I can. We'll have Samantha, she's my fiance, and she's also our massage therapist. We'll have her come on, and she'll talk a little bit more about it sometime here soon. In the next month, we're going to schedule an interview. But the way it works is you find the area that is being affected, and usually what happens is the client will notice that area already, or as soon as you're working on it, they'll start to change in their body position. And I have done work like this again, and we do know other therapists like this who we'd love to get on board as soon as we have the funds to do it, and that's the whole point of the crowdfunding page. But this kind of work with this energetic massage or this quantum massage is a different level than what you see in your mainstream massage centers. And that's why we really want to get this going and get this message out to everybody to say, hey, this is what we want to do. There's others out there who are doing this, but everybody's trying to do it on their own because there's no company, there's nothing that does that. So with our company, just a little quick advance forward here. With our company, when we open the nonprofit aspect and we open a center, we want to be able to sell services for profit, but for profit for the nonprofit aspect. So where people who can afford it, people who enjoy the services and have the money, can actually spend the money, and portions of that money not only go to the staff, but also go to the aspect of people who don't have the money. So paying the staff when the money's not there. And we will focus on having volunteers as well, because, the money's not going to cover everything. But that's all in the future, and I'm just trying to relate it to as an example of massage. So we'll be able to have a massage center where people who do this healing aspect of massage, this quantum massage, actually can come and work, and that's the whole energy behind it. It's not just, physical meat being pushed around and working out tissue. It's actual, the electromagnetic aspect of the body and adjusting those frequencies. And if I'm losing you a little bit, guys, I do apologize. You just look up this stuff when it comes to quantum, quantum reality and the quantum healing, the Reiki healing, and even correlating it to massage. Look at healing massage therapists. You'll find a lot of information out there. This is something that is on the rise, and that's why we want to get ahead as a non-profit and really try to create it as a sense of it's for all of us. It's not what's the best way of putting this? It's not a commodity that can be controlled by monetary values. Because what we're talking about is healing, and that goes into the personal development aspect. And the personal development is for each individual developing through their life, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Now, when you're developing as from a child to an adult to the day that you die, you're always going through these lessons being learned in life. And that's honestly why our company is called Life is Life Training. So with life being life training, you have all these different aspects of it. Every single day, every single minute. Emotions, I separate emotions from mind. And I say you have emotions, mental, physical, and then you have spiritual or electromagnetic. That's how I break it down when I teach people. And when you focus on those individual paths and you try to see those throughout your day, not second guessing, not overanalyzing, but just simply say, these 4 things are what exist. How do they exist? And then you go about your day. And that's kind of a form of affirmation. It's how you can actually really help with your daily meditation. Something that we also focus on in personal development is waking meditation. That's something that you get from the art of martial arts. When you do katas and when you're doing forms, it is a form of waking meditation where you're in a movement, you're in a constant mode. You're not in I'm sitting down, my eyes closed, drifting off into an astral projection type thing. You're just here physically meditating. And that goes into the physical and the mental with that kind of thing. And you can do positive affirmations in those kind of things, like when you're stretching in the morning. If you do some sit-ups and push-ups and you talk to yourself and you tell your consciousness, hey, this is what I see, this is what I want to see, this is where I want to go, this is what I will do. And in those ways, you can form and mold yourself and guide yourself through life. And, these things are taught by so many people, scientists who study your brain, people who study meditation in the brain, who have done scans, people who study the body, genetics. Morphic resonance field theory is a really cool thing that talks about how we literally have this energy around us and everybody is affected by it in our species. And then our own children are kind of molded out of that energy, not just our flesh and blood, but this electromagnetic energy that surrounds us, this field of electromagnetic resonance. it's a trip, guys. There's a lot of information coming out, and that's why we want to convert this to a complete nonprofit, because we started as a for-profit just so we could start making money for ourselves, because this is a very small business, but we want to go as large as this can get, but we want to get the people in charge, or we want to get the people involved. We want to get the entire world involved, the whole community of what we are as a human race involved in this, and not just have this company, but have it where this kind of offshoots with all these other companies that are coming out, and we all start creating more of this style of non-profit where you just earn what you do when you work in the company, and it provides for the people, even has free services for people, because that way we're getting away from this corporate capitalism where people are sitting in chairs doing nothing while the rest of us are having to really realize what this reality is. Because this doesn't work. We're done with it. So, I mean, and I've talked about this on Thrice's Download. So, again, my name is Andrew James Saida, and I'm the owner of this company with my fiance. So, I'm just, you got to kind of relate that. If you listen to some of the downloads and you listen to some of the shows, even if you listen to some of the music, like, this is just my concepts of my opinion and perspective. I mean, I'm not saying this is truth. I'm not saying it's the absolute. Again, I don't think that this company is going to be a fix-all. I just think that this concept, this mind state, that we need to move forward. All of this material nonsense that we've surrounded ourselves with. It's cool to play video games. It's fun. It's also fun to sit there and you can daydream and see it yourself. Just saying. It's been taught for thousands of years. And that's a fact. I mean, you can say it's not, but they've done brain scans. It's a fact. We live in a virtual world already. That is a profound statement in itself, and it's not my statement. That's a statement that's been said. There's computer code that designs part of, I think, our search engine or something like that on our internet browser. It's something to do with our internet browser. Oops, sorry about that. But it's something to do with the internet browser. There's a code that exists within our material reality, or what we call material. Like within the quantum mathematics of our material reality, there's a code or a equation that is the same kind of thing used on the internet somewhere. You can look into that. It's, the quantum, or I don't know. I think it's like the internet code in our quantum reality. If Google search that might help. But there's just so much out there, folks. And with those concepts, we've got to really start to perceive a different reality to get rid of all this war and chaos. Because chaos is just natural. But the chaos we create is definitely unnatural, and it's unpurposeful. It's just something to really show us that we are responsible for our own actions. I mean, that's the biggest thing I've ever seen out of action. Is it's, unless it's unselfish, it's always to just teach you that there is no real reason. It's a continuous cycle of chaos. Only when you do selfless actions, which is just for the community, for the whole, that's when it's beauty and love. It's perfection. And that's where it's funny, because we strive for perfection when perfection is so simple. It's just love. Love. Purity of love, which is not just a word. It's not just, I love you because I'm going to marry you, or I love my kids. It's the concept of oneness. And I'm going a little into this here because I really want those who see these perspectives. I mean, there's tons of light workers, even on Facebook. It's awesome to see Facebook blowing up with all these new age concepts. And it's not just new age, it's old age. And the mystery teachings from the old and the ancient cultures of Chaldean and Egyptian and even the Persian empires, well, that's more Chaldean. It goes back so long and so far into this distant time and space. And when you really do your research, I tell you, folks, the answers are there. And it doesn't have to be about aliens. It doesn't have to be any of that. You don't have to believe. All you have to do is read, look, see, and you will begin to understand, because it's just, you can see it. It's in everything. Symbolism, concepts of the quantum entanglement of how reality is really just a concept. We are always creating and changing. And that it's just fun, folks. And I know I'm going a little far, but that's really it. Life is life training, and that's what we're here to teach, is this concept of expanding the mind, expanding the body, expanding the soul, expanding your emotions to really understand and appreciate. It's okay to cry. Like that's one thing going on right now in society, is men starting to change from that hardened soldier who's always killing all the time.